Welcome back to another episode of The Canon. Today we got some Deathstroke, we got some Thor, Doctor Strange, and Hannibal Burress. The Batfleck himself dropping a random bomb on the internets, and that is some test footage of Deathstroke himself with no context to it at all. We don't really know what this is for, where we're going to see him, any of that. Sal, how'd you react? What do you think about it?
At first I thought it was not official. I thought it was footage out of like Arkham Origins or something, because it looked like a video game to me. But when it was straight from Ben Affleck, I just kind of sat there and tried not. I was at work, so I couldn't, do much. But yeah, it's pretty awesome to see some test footage, and I don't know. We don't know where it's gonna be at yet. There's rumors, but either way, Ben Affleck kind of taking the initiative. Whether I'm sure it came from the studio, but either way, that's pretty exciting for him to leak that or share it.
Yeah, I was honestly underwhelmed by it. I have to say, I don't know where all the hype for Deathstroke has came from. Like, I feel like in the last 5 years or so, I've never heard that big of a fan base for it. I know when he showed up on Arrow, a lot of people kind of, went crazy for him. And me personally, I like that version better. And just looking at least at the design they have for the test footage, didn't get me that excited. I don't know. I guess you have to put an actor to it to really understand. But I don't know. I like Deathstroke if he's done right, but I wasn't like clamoring for some Deathstroke in the DCU. But this is something we kind of knew that was coming because he was pulled off the Arrow TV show, just like Harley Quinn in the Suicide Squad. So they were kind of called up to the big leagues. Yeah. So we knew he was gonna pop up somewhere. A lot of people thought it was Scott Eastwood in Suicide Squad. Jenna Malone on that one. But so Sal, the rumor is, one of the rumors, but Joe Manganiello is said to be locked for that part. There's reports that he's in London now, around the Justice League
new
set.
Haircut, beard,
all the good
black
stuff.
and white a little bit.
So, what do you think of that casting?
Well, that was interesting because I think we were talking about him being possibly wanting him to be Shazam a while ago. But he was Flash Thompson, if not everyone remembers, in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. So he's good at playing the bad guy. I haven't seen him in the most recently I could think of, and I didn't see it, but was the Magic Mike movies. Other than that, I didn't see him.
You saw him.
But that's the only thing I can think of him being in recently. I don't follow him too much, but he's a big, imposing guy. He
was in Scrubs and he was in How I Met Your Mother.
I hate both. I hate both of those shows.
Anyway, two of my favorite shows, but he's also, I believe, True Blood is a big one that he was in recently.
Yeah, but he's a big, imposing guy. I'm not sure about his acting chops. Recently, again, I don't watch much of his stuff, but Slade Wilson is just kind of, he's a cool character, but it's not like you have to be the best actor to take that part.
I don't know, Sal, just because you didn't watch the Arrow, you don't understand.
I watched Arrow. I watched the first and second season.
So you gotta understand, there's a level of quality the fans are expecting.
Oh yeah, true.
A level of tortured soul that he has to convey. But you're right, they could hide him behind a mask and just make him, pretty much like Deadshot if they wanted to. If they didn't have Will Smith, they could have just kept that mask on most of the time and just have him shooting things really, really accurately. So you're right, but I don't know.
That's a Marvel villain right there, not really. Karen.
I don't know about Joe. It's always been weird to hear his name for stuff because, like I said, I've seen him as Flash, back with Scrubs, which was like short, but also How Much Mother. He was a funny guy, and I've always kind of said that even when you brought him up about Shazam, he's a funny guy. He never was the action guy. Like, he was a big dude, but then guys work out and get ripped, and all of a sudden they need to be action stars. So I don't see it. I really don't. The look, I guess he can pull it off. He's got the salt and pepper going on. But
Yeah.
I just, as you said, the acting chops. I didn't see True Blood, but from apparently what everyone says, he kills it. But again, I think he's just so funny, and like every time I see him, I'm just gonna think all the funny, goofy stuff I've seen him say. So I'm just like, I don't know. It's hard for me. But where do you think Deathstroke fits into the DCU movie wise?
Depending on what they're gonna do with Suicide Squad 2, I think he could fit in there perfectly. Obviously, that's where he is usually from. Along with Teen Titans, we don't know if they're coming out with a Teen Titans movie, but easy out answer is Batman solo film. We'll see if that happens. We don't know too much about the movie yet, but I mean, they're always going battle head to head, and it's always entertaining, no matter what medium, video game, movie, anything. So
is he in Justice League, or were they just testing it out?
No, I don't think he's Justice League. I don't think so. I think they have enough to worry about.
I agree.
I don't know. I'd rather not him be in Justice League too much.
A lot of people are saying that they think he's in Justice League, but the fact that Ben Affleck kind of tweeted out makes me feel like this has more ties with Batman. And, you know, all
people
that
are saying
stuff.
since he's directing it,
Yeah.
he gets more.
And the shot was from behind the camera. You know, it wasn't like he was standing off to the side on set like, oh crap, look what's going on.
They killed two birds with one stone. They're in London. They're filming. Might as well get some test footage in for something in the future.
And he released it, so it's not like a secret. They want you to know it's out there. I mean, the look, was anything stand out you like?
No, like I said, it looked like a video game. I mean, his suit looked, pretty spot on. I hope they didn't. I hope they wouldn't deviate too far from the source, because he looked awesome already. No need to change what's not bad. So I liked it.
Honestly, he looked like that robot from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, with the long.
I was just like, what is this? I mean, I think all Deathstrokes look like that. I like them more without the mask and just the eye patch.
You kind of like it a little more simple. Less is more.
Yeah, I don't like how everybody has this robotic look, like the Flash's suit, and then now this one, they kind of look like the Power Ranger suit almost. And for me, I've always liked Deathstroke without the mask and just the eye patch, regular Slade Wilson. So, but okay, so we'll see where that ends up. Next up, we're going to go on a long Marvel run. Let's start out with flashing back to Comic-Con, where a certain studio decided to lock the people out of the good, entertaining, quality videos that were shown. Finally, one of those have not leaked out. Well, I don't know. Did they release it? Okay. Sure. So it's out now, and that is what was Thor doing during Civil War. And this is part of the Civil War bonus footage on the upcoming Blu-ray. So, Sal, what'd you think of this little video?
I liked it. I thought it was funny. It showed a different side of Chris Hemsworth, sorry. It showed a little bit different side. Well, we knew he was funny, but him in Thor being funny was, entertaining. I think it's a little bit of a precursor for Ragnarok. I don't think it's going to go that far, but, it's supposed to be a little bit funny, buddy cop movie or whatever they said in space. So, Mark Ruffalo showing up for a little bit, that was good. And I don't know if you heard, there was a petition to get a show on Netflix with Chris Hemsworth as Thor and the guy that he's rooming with. So that was funny. I saw it a few days ago, so I don't remember it all, but I just remember it was funny.
Yeah, we didn't do our homework and watch it before we started. But, I remember you trying to sell me on it, like talking about the description, and I was just like, no, Sal, I don't want to hear that. And, you can't explain this video until you see it, because, Chris Hemsworth is a funny dude. And I want to say it was SNL when I first realized that. I believe so, and I don't think a lot of people saw him on it, because I'm like, man, you guys kind of missed. This dude's like really kind of funny. Yeah. And then he was in Vacation for a little bit. He was pretty funny in that.
What about Ghostbusters?
Well, I thought it was funny. I thought he was funny in Ghostbusters too. You didn't see it, did you?
No.
Yeah. Well, they just had him play like a really, really stupid hot dude, and it was pretty funny. So yeah, I always thought Chris was funny, so this did not shock me at all because in the SNL sketches he played Thor, and in a funny way. So this was kind of just like that. But yeah, man, it was so funny, and then I don't know why I didn't expect Mark to show up. Like I knew what was in this video. But when I was into it, it just hit me. I was like, "Oh crap, Mark!" He's like, "Tony's calling me now." What's up, T-Bone? And I was just like, "Oh my god, this is hilarious." They said it was Office style. It wasn't really the Office style.
No, it wasn't like Gorilla.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna like be working at an office or something. But yeah, but it was more like MTV. What am I thinking of? That show, Real World style. That's what. That was more what it was. He's just like, check out my room, and then the picture of Milner.
Yeah,
like, it's so
Purple
funny.
Man doesn't like to stand up. Why doesn't he? Like to
then he had the paper. He's like, look at Milner's holding Tiny Thor. And I was just like, this is hilarious.
Forgot about that.
So, I honestly don't think this has any bearing on the actual movie. I know a lot of people are saying this is going to be more comedic. I think it'll have some of that, but just looking at everything with Surtur, the demon, with Hela, with Odin's now a bum. Like I don't think it's gonna be like bust out laughing.
No, it's not gonna be that
the
far.
whole movie. So I just think this was something fun to do on the side. But yeah, I mean, does that get you hyped for the movie?
It does, and I mean, I'm excited for it. I keep saying that, so until they show me otherwise, I'm excited to see it.
Alright, so more Marvel news. Doctor Strange. First off, they dropped a featurette. So let's talk about that real quick. This is also part of bonus footage from Civil War. Just a sneak peek into the movie. I'll start off with saying, man, that was a tease. That, like, even the way it ended was a tease because it was darn near mid-sentence. It was just cut right off. And right when they were talking about the villains, and I was just like, "Whoa!" And then they just left. But we got to see Mordo. Usually Baron Mordo. Now he's Carl Mordo. I was like,
yeah, I don't know.
What the?
I wasn't really listening to it.
So,
it was interesting, but it was last minute.
It was, but I think you really heard the same stuff, but you got a little bit more from the evil guys on this one.
Zealots? They're called the Zealots now.
And they seem like extremists. But what we heard was, well, not heard, it was in the prelude comic is that Caecilius is trying to get the worlds to merge together, and he wants them all to live in harmony, which sounds like a good message. But
it's like Zod. I think we said it before. When the best villain is the guy who thinks he's doing the right thing.
Right. So that was the interest part, but it got me so like curious. I just really want to see the movie. Like, man, I want to see it bad. But what did you think of it?
Yeah, it was like you said, short teaser.
Not much new for you.
Not much new. No. Same. It didn't go either way. It didn't get me too more excited. Or didn't do anything bad for me though.
Okay. Well, how does this excite you? Doctor Strange is doing some reshoots, as all these movies are, and then the reshoots happen and people freak out. But I will say, this is a little weird because the director or the creator of the Community TV show, Dan Harmon, is hired on to write a script for the reshoots. So it's not, let's do this action scene a little different. This is like they're adding brand new stuff in that he's writing. And actually, if I'm correct, this comes out in November, right?
Yeah, it's 2 months. Well, depending how early. I think it's
November 4th. No, it's 4th. So
it's 2 months away.
It's 2 months away, and they're penning a script for reshoots.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
Go ahead.
Did you have any insight on whether, what it might be for? I don't know. I didn't hear
Just
anything.
new scenes. I know that they got the Community guy because it's about. It seems like everything reshoots more lightness and fun and laughter. So.
Well, I could agree with that on this movie. It seems like it's a very different movie. It seems a little darker too. I mean, the only thing I think we saw was funny was the Wi-Fi joke at the end. But I don't have a problem. I never have a problem with being dark. Whatever, that's fine. Especially this. I was expecting something out there, and so I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe it is darker than I thought, and they want new stuff. It is Marvel. It is Disney. They want, the lighter tones. So to them, lighter means maybe really light, or really dark doesn't really mean that dark. So kind of like your base. What is your base?
Man, I think that if you said, quote, this movie is too dark and we're going to shoot scenes to add some lightheartedness to it, you could reach in a hat, pull out either Suicide Squad, Rogue One, or Doctor Strange, or a host of other movies, and it'll fit that description.
Yeah.
Like, we keep hearing this. That's just like all of these. So I think it's a bad sign just because it's 2 months out. Now, we don't know how extensive the reshoots are, but the fact that you're bringing someone all new to pen a script is, that's a red flag to me. I was the same way with Rogue One, where they brought in a new guy to just take over the production. Now, granted, he's friends with the director. It's still a little bit of a red flag. This is a red flag for me. It's just, okay. We get it. Like you said, it's out there. It's mystical. But really, 2 months and you want to start reshooting with a new script. So, I mean, it's not like they're shooting the whole movie. They're not reshooting the movie with a new script. They're adding scenes with that weren't written before. So, it's something brand new outside of what Scott Derrickson wanted to do. So, yeah, it worries me a little bit.
Yeah.
And so, while I talk about the teaser getting me excited, this at the same, because I feel the same way every time. Now I have to watch the movie wondering
what did they change?
What right? And I hate that. So not too happy about that. So next up, actually, I don't know how I skipped this one, but we have news from the director or co-director of Infinity Wars that Steve Rogers is no longer Captain America. Dropping that shield at the end of Civil War was a metaphor for him dropping the mantle of Captain America. Now, of course, he's still going to be in the movies and whatnot, but he's no longer under that name. What are your thoughts about what could this mean for the MCU?
I definitely think it's like something for a payoff in Infinity War, where he comes back as Captain America sometime down the road and it's like, okay, let's go get them. So, I mean, I don't think it's going to be too extensive of a change. I don't think he's going to take up a mantle of a different superhero like he has in the comics. I know people were speculating on like Nomad, US Agent, the Captain. I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's just going to stay Steve Rogers, kind of go rogue off the map a little bit with whatever he's doing. Because we don't have any Captain America movie before Infinity War. It's just Black Panther, and so it's not that long of a gap. So I think he's just gonna come back in Infinity War it's not part 2, but one of those movies.
It's Untitled right now.
Yeah, in one of those movies he'll come back and it'll be a big payoff in the end. So I'm not too worried. I think it's actually cool that they're kind of doing that.
Will he have another shield?
He might. I don't know. That's weird. I never thought of that. Maybe he just won't even fight. Maybe he'll just be in the background the whole time.
That would be horrible. You have to admit that no one wants to see that.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it'll be like the Nick Fury type.
Oh.
Could be.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. He's going to meet up with the Guardians of the Galaxy at the end of Part 1 Infinity Wars. He's going to go back in space. He's going to chill with them. And he's going to come back as the Rogue One. And it's going to be meta. And it's going to blow everybody's mind. That's what's going to happen. Rogue One. You heard it here first. All right. Last up. There was a leak of a call sheet for Spider-Man Homecoming that wasn't confirmed. But on that, it did have some of the names that we already associated with certain parts. And Hannibal Burress, during a interview, confirmed that he's playing a gym teacher / coach at the high school. And that was actually on the call sheet. So some people kind of speculating that.
I'm pretty sure he was interviewed too, and he confirmed it. Hannibal Burress.
I just said that.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, so, yes, Hannibal Burress, to recap, Hannibal Burress was interviewed, and he confirmed it. So a lot of people thinking that call sheet might be right. It does have Woodbine as the shocker, but it does still have Zendaya as Michelle.
She's Michelle.
But we all know that was for a misdirect. But anyway, thoughts on Hannibal Burress's role?
I think he's gonna be hilarious. That's the perfect role for him. Yeah, not much else to say. He was kind of describing him, saying like he's like just so oblivious to the whole Peter Parker Spider-Man thing, and he just thinks Peter Parker's a great athlete, stuff like that. So it's gonna be fun. I don't think it's gonna be a big part. I think it's literally gonna be one scene. But either way, I think it's gonna be a good scene.
Yeah, so this is kind of putting into focus that huge cast.
Yeah.
I didn't read the leaked call sheet, but from what I've seen, like a good handful of the people we know are school faculty members. So there'll be a lot of time spent at this high school, which is good. That's what they promised us. That's what we'll get. Yeah, Hannibal Burress is like his dry humor. That's gonna be perfect as a gym teacher. He's just gonna comment on all these people and make fun of them sarcastically. So that'll be fun. But it does put me more at ease to kind of think that these casts don't have big parts. Hannibal is known, not super known. The ones I'm worried about are more well-known ones. Are you really going to put them into smaller roles that's only there for a scene or two? And I'd be interested into what Donald Glover was listed as on there. I didn't get to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then
maybe he's just Childish Gambino.
He playing himself. That would be. I don't know how I feel about that.
The Rogue One.
He's the Rogue One also. There's a Rogue One in every Marvel movie. But they were saying that the kid from Beast of No Nation is actually Miles Morales.
Really?
I don't think the call sheet said that, but that's what everyone on the internet was saying.
I love that kid.
So interesting stuff. But yeah, Hannibal Burress, the gym teacher. Any last words, Sal? Where can people find us?
Have a happy, safe Memorial Day tomorrow, and I hope you had a safe one this weekend. But you can find us on Twitter at The Canon Blog, or on Facebook, facebook.com/The Canon.
And just to let you know, at the time this was shot, there are a lot of rumors about the DCU leaks. Also, DC All Access will be coming out Friday, and so once all that is cleared, we will come through the fog of the aftermath and throw a video at you about our thoughts. But until then, if you heard it here, it's Canon.